Cool, so now I'm going to show how to reinstall this F key. Again, you take your spring with the little notch, set it right against that, and make sure this notch up top gets the flat end of the spring. Then you can set the key down, pull it back just to clear this back end, and push the front up, and you're good to go. Hey, so I just wanted to share a quick tip on working on keyboards. This is a Korg SV1 73 note weighted keyboard I'm trying to fix for a friend. Her keyboard got damaged in the mail and like 20 of these bottom keys were messed up. And there's not a lot of info online about how to fix these, so I thought I would share a quick tip. Here is an example of the keys that are broken versus a key that is good. So you can see the good keys have these little tabs, basically that hold it in place, and the keys that break, with a lot of force, maybe it's just one side, but the tabs totally break off on them, and they either will slightly be out of place, or they'll be, in this case, they're just a pile of busted up keys. And there are two parts to each key. There are these little metal springs, so if you're pulling out a broken key, make sure you have that. And in a few of these cases, the springs have traveled elsewhere in the keyboard. So definitely keep all your metal springs, because you can buy these separate, but even in the case of a broken key, you can pretty much reuse all of these. And figure out what keys are busted and order them online. The main thing is the lower key and the upper key are slightly different. And the lower key on the 73 note is different than the 88 note. So just make sure you're buying the right keys that you need. And then there's one other trick pretty much to getting these in place, and I will show you right now. So to remove a key, if it's totally busted, and like I said, it may just fall out, but if it's only part of the way busted, there is something that holds these keys in place, and this was the hard part for me. Right here on each of these, there's a little catch that keep it from going out. That way the keys don't fall out on their own. So it may be kind of hard to see, but if you press in on that little catch, you can push the key back enough that you can then remove it. And the spring just kind of falls right out of there. And these hammers sit in there, you can, they're pretty durable. If you get them aligned right, you can just kind of click them back into place. There we go. There we go. So you can actually test each of these out by pressing on the hammers to make sure all that hammer action is still good. But to reinstall these, it's pretty simple in that you put the fork end right there against the key, and this flat end will meet at the top of the key. There's this little notch. And then you just pull the key back, put the back end under first, and then the front end will slide in and it'll just pop right into place. So that is part of the trick. The other trick is if you have just a black key in the middle of some keys here, you actually have to remove the white key on either side of it. The black keys have no lock, but the white key where they butt up against, it's so close you can't pull it far back enough to actually get it out. So you need to remove the white key on each side. And in this case, you can actually flip this key bed up, be kind of careful, and access that catch underneath, which will help you remove just the white keys on each side of this. Then you can install your black key and slot the white keys back in. So that was the main trick for me, is being able to use the screwdriver to pull this lever down from underneath to avoid having to, uninstall a number of keys just to get one black key kind of in the middle of a sea of white keys. Cool, so now I'm going to show how to reinstall this F key. Again, you take your spring with the little notch, set it right against that, and make sure this notch up top gets the flat end of the spring. Then you can set the key down, pull it back just to clear this back end, and push the front up, and you're good to go.